station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Carol Ann Baldwin is in the studio this Tuesday. Now it's overcast a little bit out there, so maybe some rain coming in our way. And your questions are an important part of this show. Not just questions, but you're also invited to call and just chat with Carol Ann about gardening and lawns and lawn care, etc. And the number is 622-9622. And good morning, Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry. Real good.
How was your Memorial Day weekend?
Oh, it was a nice weekend. I worked through part of it, but I enjoyed my little bits of time off here and there.
Did you have anything to eat that you wouldn't normally eat? Did you do the eating thing?
No, nothing exciting. No, had some great chicken chili yesterday, but
chicken chili.
White chili. Yeah.
Have you ever raised your own chickens?
Yeah, but not for meat.
Not for meat, just for the eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were pets otherwise.
Kind of the way I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't have chickens. My sister had chickens,
No.
and we didn't kill them. They died.
Well, yeah, ours did too. Over time, birds live a long time. It's surprising.
Did you see the story on the Canadian geese? How aggressive they are?
They are, and it's funny because I did hear y'all talking a little bit about that, and I know in some areas that they actually employ people with like border collies and other dogs, where they'll go out onto golf courses or airstrips and things like that, and use the dogs to chase them off.
Right. Wow.
Or as he was saying, when he was saying cannons, he's meaning air cannons. To keep birds out of there.
Just
but they're
for the
air
noise?
cannons that set on a timer that vary so that they can't become
so there's no
accustomed to-
cannonball flying across the field?
No, there's no cannon. It's just a boom that rattles everything, and the birds take flight and such like that. Because I think they
that's
use them
cool.
in the pecan groves as well around here.
Oh,
We're
really?
not right here, but I've. I think
Well,
they
it
get
is-
up around Alachua County.
It's the loophole that allows us
Yeah.
to buy fireworks.
Right. Is to scare
Scare birds away.
scare birds out of the crops. That's right.
Yeah.
But-
By the way, look across the way.
Right.
You see a dead palm tree?
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. Robin and I both have a question. How long does it take a dead palm tree to fall?
That one's going pretty quick, it looks like, because I've been watching that one decline, and really, there's a couple of them that don't look real good out there.
Oh, really? Well, the others
Yeah.
all have green, but that one has no green left
but
on
there's,
it.
there's some of them that are they're losing a lot of, that one's dead.
So will that
that's a
one
goner.
eventually it's
yeah.
already leaning a little bit.
It is. I said that one's kind of going kind of quick, but it may have been declining for an extended time. I don't know what it looks like at the ground level. That one's probably going to come down pretty fast.
I wonder why they seem to withstand wind so well. I mean,
There's no branches.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that they're just a straight, narrow trunk, and you figure all the wind can just blow right through those fronds. And the ones that do, usually the dead ones will blow out of there. And,
So there was a story in Mount Dora that the people of Mount Dora were very upset that the city decided to take out the oak trees that they had lining their road in their downtown area, which
Right.
looks very similar to our downtown
Right.
area, and replace them with palm trees. And people are very, very upset. But
yeah, I would be too, just because the amount of shade that the oaks
Yeah,
were giving.
right.
I don't know if they were concerned of the root zones on the oaks, but if they were planted properly, they shouldn't have been a problem. But it might have been a concern on storms and things.
But you know
like
what
that.
I get the sense of? I get the sense that people who are pure Floridaists kind of resent the idea that Northerners, which I'm part of, I guess, but insist that we have palm trees here because that's what Florida has.
Yeah,
I've heard that more than once.
We do. You do hear that everywhere. It's like, oh, that you gotta have palm trees. Gotta have palm trees. You get to Florida, you know you're in Florida because the palm trees.
Yeah.
But we're not South Florida where there are more palm trees.
Yeah, so really we should.
We do grow oak trees here.
Well,
We do grow a lot of deciduous trees as well as evergreen trees, but
listen to this observation. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but now that Silver Springs is a state park,
right,
both the side that was for tourists and the side that has always been a state park,
right,
the state park side, there's no palm trees.
right. Because palms weren't growing in that area.
The what do you call it? The glass bottom boat
Right.
side. There's plenty of palm trees.
Right, because they were planted.
Yeah. So that's and wet and wild. What's it called? Wet and wild.
Wild waters,
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They have palm trees too.
Right.
So they were all planted there. It's not natural, huh?
Right. Those were planted. Right. Your palms, you find them in certain areas, but that's where they naturally grow. I mean, if you look out in the Ocala National Forest, how many palm trees do you see? I mean, yes, the Ocala National Forest has been logged and things like that. That
Right.
it is a timber portion, but really, if you get driving through, especially get off of State Road 40, get out into some of the other areas, you look around. No, there's oak trees, there's pine trees, there's sweet gum trees, there's sumacs, there's other trees, and there's a few sections with some palms here and there.
So are they not native?
But no, they're native.
Okay.
It's just not just because they're native to the state doesn't mean they're native to every square inch.
Okay.
Meaning that's
So they're
you have.
But they seem to
you have pine
survive
flatlands.
here.
You have oak hammock areas, and you have certain areas where certain plants do better. That's why everybody who says, "Oh, all I want is native plants in my yard," well, unless you create a specific landscape area, certain plants, beachside native plants are not necessarily going to grow well in Central Florida.
Okay.
No,
So the palm tree, the natural reproduction cycle of a palm tree. We never see little saplings or whatever you call them
right,
around here.
Little tiny ones. Well, they're so slow. The seed,
I've never seen a small
times,
palm tree. They're always big.
Well, because we miss them, and around here they're probably taken care of. They might be, taken out, or because there's landscape fabric underneath, they're not getting a chance to take hold.
Is that something? I have seen small ones. I'll take it back. I've seen them in the Keys.
Yeah.
So, ready for a phone call?
Sure.
Good morning. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Hey, good morning. Nice to talk to all y'all.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of little sycamore trees, as
Okay.
nasty as they are. I still have them. That's
Right.
what I got. But last year, the worms ate up all the leaves.
Oh.
What's the best to spray those little trees with?
If
They're
it-
about 10 foot, 15 foot tall.
Okay, and you're just trying to make sure that they're going to keep surviving. I would go with something like BT. Get the Thurside or Thurside. I think is the liquid version, and just spray them down. BT is strictly for caterpillars. It's not going to go after bumblebees, honeybees, ladybugs, anybody else. It just does the caterpillars.
And where's that available at?
You should be able to find it in. I know Home Depot carries it. Probably Ace, probably True Value, probably Seminole Feed. Would all have. You're looking for BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, or it'll actually say worm and caterpillar killer. Anything. That's usually many of the different things that'll be on the label.
Okay, I appreciate it. God bless y'all.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, BT. I think. I know Southern Ag is one of the manufacturers that are out there, so you might even look it up of who would have it or call them before you go out. Tractor Supply might be another place that would have it. Take a look around.
We'll take a little break and we'll be right back. Got a good 45 minutes left. Be sure to call in.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, times of sun and clouds and becoming breezy. There can be a thunderstorm in spots, but most areas along the coast will stay dry today with highs of 86 on the coast to 92 inland. Partly cloudy tonight with a shower in spots late at night near the coast, the low 67 inland, 74 on the coast. For tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun. There can be a morning shower along the coast, the high 84 at the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Loco Graphics would like to invite you to their second location on 200 next to Sonny's Barbecue. They are officially open to help you out with all your sign, vehicle wraps, and printing needs. Visit them and mention this ad for free business cards. Need a logo? We've got you covered. From business cards all the way to menus and flyers. Now 2 locations to better serve you. On Merricamp, half a mile east from Forest High School, and on 200 by Sonny's Barbecue. Loco Graphics, impacting your customers. Like us on Facebook.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure, Black Cow.
18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. Your phone calls are part of the show, so go ahead and call in 622-9622. Ask a question. So far, we've been talking mostly about palm trees, it seems like.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, it has been a little bit of palm trees. But one thing I do want to let folks know about is because we're almost to June. Can you believe it? We're
Just
almost
about.
into
Yeah.
6 months into the
Hard to
year
believe,
already.
right?
It won't be too long. I'll be talking about starting your tomato plants in January for next spring.
Right.
But actually, I'll be talking pretty soon sooner than that about starting your plants for your fall garden. But upcoming in the Master Gardener's Library series on June the 5th at the Freedom Library, the one out there in the 200 area, has a program on drought-tolerant plants for Marion County. And we no longer call it xeriscaping. That's actually a copyrighted title.
Oh, really?
Name. Yeah. Somebody made a big marketing thing over the xeriscape. And so now we go drought tolerant, and we go also Florida friendly type of plants. And there are a lot of drought tolerant plants. You know, most of them will be, or many native plants, but they fall anywhere from trees to shrubs to ground covers, bulbs, annuals. There are many different ones that grow well here, flowering plants. So if you're looking for something to wear once they're established, all plants need water to get established. It's drought tolerant means like right now when we're not getting the rain, they're gonna slow down. They may not bloom so much, but they're going to survive without supplemental water. You can improve their quality by giving them a little bit of supplemental water, but that they are going to survive. They may not look their best, but soon as we begin to get our natural rains back, hopefully here in the first part of June, they will come back all on their own, without having to really push them along. They're not dead. They just are drought tolerant. And drought tolerant doesn't mean you never have to water. That's, You
Well, the
need
good
more-
news is the
they-
grass isn't growing very fast.
Right, the grass is slowed down. It's just the amount of dust in the air from all the from the dirt road I know I live on. My poor car is just covered in lime dust. But you look out here where they don't have irrigation in these little grassy plots, and that grass looks like it's struggling a little bit. We get some rain, that's going to be greened right back up. So even though
right.
it's and all the plants that are planted out there, they do fine without a bunch of supplemental water. So your landscape doesn't have to be your water consumer. You can put a micro irrigation, drip irrigation into your beds to get them started. Just remember that once those plants are in the ground after 6 months or a year, so if you get them established in early spring, yes, you are going to irrigate them to get them started. Once our rainy season starts, you probably can just cut that irrigation off. In the fall, if it slacks off, or in the winter, they're still fairly new plants, though they're getting established. You may need to bump that on and give them some supplemental if we're not getting rain for a period of a couple weeks. But after a year or two, they're established. They don't need a whole lot. Turn the system down.
It's amazing how they
Yeah.
can survive.
Right.
And you have a phone call.
Right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out about the red tops. I know they're bushes.
The red top? Yeah, Photinia.
I just want to know what type of fertilizer I could use for that to make it grow.
Okay.
No, but I know you had to square it off.
Right.
And, well, actually, I just want to know what type of fertilizer I could get.
What kind of okay, yeah, great fertilizer for any of your landscape shrubs and your hedges, and the red top is one that will benefit from this. You can either use a very basic 666 or 10-10-10 fertilizer, or you can get one that I like the breakdown, and I like what else is in it, is an 8-0-10, where the 8 is slow release. That's a slow release nitrogen. But the 8-0-10 is a tree, shrub, and ornamental plant fertilizer, which is good for the whole landscape. You can use it on all your shrubberies, in your flower beds, on your palm trees, the whole works.
How about the herbs?
That for herbs, I would probably use something a little more aimed at vegetables and flowers. There's a couple of them out there. Maybe an Espoma or a Job's. That's an organic fertilizer.
Okay, thank you very much, Carol Ann.
Thank you. Thanks for the call. Yeah, and this time of year, it is, here we are at the 1st of June. If you're going to do any fertilization now for your lawn, for your landscape, this would be like your middle of the year fertilization. And I do the 8-0-10 with the slow release. There's a couple of brands out there, and the number might be off by the manufacturer. But usually when you turn that bag over and you also see the micronutrients on it, it's going to have the magnesium, the manganese, iron, boron, many of those other items that your plants need. The biggest thing is, as we come into June, come into the rainy season with our fingers crossed, it's a slow release nitrogen. It's not going to give that quick flash of growth. It's going to feed it over a more extended period of time, but it's also not going to be a runoff issue that when we get a heavy rain. I would try to get things fertilized here within the first couple weeks of June. Lawns included. Anything in a lawn, I probably would not be looking at much of a nitrogen source. Milorganite's good, ironite's good. There's a super iron plus, and none of those have nitrogen in them. But they will nourish the lawn, they'll nourish the soil. The super iron plus is, I want to say it's like 16% iron with manganese and magnesium, which your lawn needs, especially when the rainy seasons come. This stuff is stuff that gets washed out of the soil and out of the grass. So you don't need a high nitrogen fertilizer, or if you do find one that has nitrogen, look for the highest amount of slow release. It's on the bag. It says it. It will tell you how much is slow release. Just turn the bag over and take a look and read it.
So if you live in an older area, like let's say the Fort King Historic District, as opposed to a brand new area that's never been built on and lived on, is the soil more, I don't know,
healthy?
Yeah, I guess. Is the soil considerably different? Is maybe
it's
the better?
Quite possibly, yeah, especially if you're in a new area that, say, was at just 5 years ago a cow pasture.
Yeah.
It's very sandy. There's probably not a lot of trees there. There probably were not a lot of trees there. So it wasn't like a whole bunch of other, besides cow manure, going into that soil. Very sandy, very porous, very well draining, where if you are in an established, older, historic neighborhood, those leaves that have come off the trees and were ground up by the lawnmowers and just fed back into the grass, those you... Probably if you took a sample, it's still sandy soil because that's what we have in Florida, but it has better moisture retention because of these improvements that have occurred over many years. You know, those kind of things. Just cutting up the grass blades and the leaves that fall on the ground and letting that feed back into the soil is the best benefit to the soil.
So do you take that into consideration when you're deciding what to use? I mean, do you do a test or something to say I don't need any of this?
You could. The extension only tests for soil pH. The university will test for fertility, where that one I don't remember now the cost on the one for the university, but only if you're going to truly make those adjustments on what you're going to use in a fertilizer. But if you think about, if you go to the university website and you look up the type of lawn you have, the type of grass you have, there's a sheet, there's a data sheet that will tell you what type of fertilizers to use. And a lot of times the numbers may not come back to what you're going to find in the stores, but you kind of try to match that as closely as you can. But we all try to go with a slow release in a nitrogen. That's just something that benefits our environment, plus it benefits your lawn, plus it feeds your lawn for a more extended period of time if it's not being released immediately. You're not going to put a 666 down on your lawn because that's not the fertilizer for your lawn. It's too fast acting. It can actually burn because it's that quick. But if you look for the true turf fertilizers or lawn fertilizers when you're doing that. But yes, if you're in a established area that has nice lawns and things like that, that fertility is probably up there really well, and you may not need to use a whole lot of products on them. On your lawns.
But you would need to know before you did anything new, especially planting something like a bush.
Right, planting something, you might look up your pH, and you might even just take a look at the quality as you're working in the area, digging through the soil, is how well does that stick together. So, if you pick up the moist, say you've watered the grass 4 o'clock in the morning, you're out in your garden at 10 o'clock in the morning, you pick up some soil and you squeeze that between your hand. If when you open your hand, it's just as dust again, you got really sandy soil. If you pick it up and you squeeze that and it holds together a little bit, that's good soil. If you squeeze it and water runs out, you have a drainage issue.
Right. Right. I was looking at the weather. It looks like that rain that was going through Texas is
possibly working.
Maybe not making it here because it's heading like north and then east. So it's lifting away from us.
Might skirt us.
All right, we will take a little break. We'll be right back. You've got a half hour left of Carol Ann if you want to call in 622-9622.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. A shooting overnight at a Walmart supercenter in Grand Forks, North Dakota has left 2 people dead, several others taken to the hospital. Police officials so far only saying the gunman is not of any further risk to the public. In 37 Texas counties, Massive storms spawning disaster declarations.
12 people and 2 families are missing after a vacation home was swept off its foundation in Wimberley, Texas. In Houston, homes were damaged and 2,000 people were evacuated.
I just don't want to get washed away. We got the Lake Conroe right behind us, so if the dam breaks, we get washed up in the Lake Conroe. That's the end of it.
The National Weather Service says between 6 and 10 inches of rain has fallen there.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. And Iraqi forces are making a big push to retake Ramadi from ISIS militants. Fox News. We report, you decide.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
At Olympic, we make every project easy, every step of the way. So now you can easily beautify your outdoor deck with Olympic Elite or Maximum Stain. Or try one of our paint and primers in one, like Olympic One with exclusive Easy Wash formula, or Olympic Icon at a value starting at under $20 per gallon.
This Memorial Day, stop by Lowe's and save $10 on Olympic paints and stains via online and mail-in rebate, exclusively at Lowe's. Results vary by sheen. Offer valid 5/20 through 5/27 and applies to 114 to 128 flow-down scans only.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
For generation after generation, America's heroes have been fighting for our freedoms. And it's those freedoms that have allowed us here at Mike Scott Plumbing to prosper and grow in this great land of ours. At Mike Scott Plumbing, we help thousands of customers every day with everything from irrigation to repairing the kitchen sink. But if there's one thing that absolutely, positively needs to be maintained, it's your septic system. If you don't maintain your septic system, it could fail completely, leaving you with a big bill and an even bigger mess. So we here at Mike Scott Plumbing would like to help all of those who have helped us. If you have your septic pumped and you're a veteran, we would like to extend to you a special discount. Just mention this ad. Please call our office to schedule your appointment today, 866-314-4443. And from all of us here at Mike Scott Plumbing, thank you for your service.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Gosh, what you just told me is kind of troubling. All right, the phone lines are open if you want to call Carol Ann. So I got to tell you, can I tell you again on the air? I know I just told you this, but I think the listeners will get a kick out of it.
Sure.
Or
well, maybe not.
Maybe not a kick. All right, so Kenny's Place is one of our advertisers.
Right.
They don't specifically sponsor this show, but they sponsor the kind of the whole day.
Right.
All right, so I had to do a radio ad for them the other day, and I did not know how to pronounce the names of some of the flowers that they have for sale.
Right.
So I called Kenny's Place, and the guy who works there is named Matt.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the people, and Matt has been in the studio. We did an interview with him because in a previous life he was a wrestler, a professional wrestler.
That's cool.
Okay, so the day he came in here, well, it was the other studio actually, but he had with him a cardboard box with a towel over it.
Right.
And the whole time we're talking to him, I'm wondering what's in the box.
What's in the box?
So at the end of the interview, he reveals what's in the box, and it's a live rooster. And the whole time, the rooster never said a peep, just kind of stayed in there.
He's sleeping.
So anyway, when I called him the other day, I said, by the way, how are your rooster? How's your rooster? He says, oh, they're dead. I said, what happened? He said, a coyote bit their heads off. Now, he did say, I think it must have been a coyote, but you just said something interesting.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a coyote would have just tore the pen apart and gone and grabbed him. But no, it was probably a raccoon, because a raccoon, would reach in and grab it by the head and pull it to the fence, and when the chicken won't come through the fence, sort of the head will pop off.
So the head will pop off, and then
of course, the chicken falls over and dies.
So the raccoon is a carnivorous animal?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They'll eat pretty much anything. They eat lizards and frogs and
I didn't know that.
Fish. As well as berries and plant material.
I didn't know that about raccoons.
Yeah, they eat bugs, and all kinds of different stuff. But yes, they will eat. They'll eat chickens. Same way possums will get in, and possums will kill them all and eat one.
Oh, really?
Raccoons pop their heads off, but the coyote would gone through and grabbed one and gone. And just thinking of something like that, yesterday in the morning, and how you get just dumb by nature. It's wow, and not bother to take a picture.
I know, I'm dumb
is
by
that
nature.
There was a young fox at the store. I'm at work. It was about 7 a.m. I think yesterday morning, and here he comes chasing a squirrel across the parking lot. Trying to catch breakfast on the run, and this dove gets in on the act, and the poor fox doesn't catch the squirrel. Squirrel gets to the fence and gets away.
Wow.
And so the fox is loping back across the parking lot. I guess he's going to look and see if there's any mice amongst the mulch piles out there. And then the mockingbird gets into it and starts scolding him and chasing him. But it was kind of neat. But did I bother to get my phone?
I was just
going to
say,
take a
no
picture.
Photos, huh?
No, just sitting there going, wow, that is just too cool. I guess sometimes you're not supposed to photograph nature. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. But one thing, because you were saying about Kenny's Place, is we cannot forget our wonderful sponsors with Black Cow Cow Manure, PMP Tiki's and more, and Baldwin's Camellia Gardens and Nursery. Without them, we couldn't be here.
That tiki hut idea is a good idea.
Yeah, like those tiki huts. And those tiki huts and other landscape stuff that they can do, a lot of eco-friendly landscape lighting, get you out of the house, into the yard, and just
if you have shade
in
the yard, you will be in the yard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you've got a shaded place, and they can create you a neat just outdoor living area where you can entertain, you can just go out and enjoy your morning coffee, anything that you're looking to do in your yard. I mean, everybody started growing these great big houses, and it's like, no, give me a little house and a big yard.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That
what do you need a big house
it.
for?
Yeah, what do you need a big house for? Get outside. It's better for you. Get some fresh air, sunshine, a little moonlight, let the rain come down, and it's all good. And see, if you have the nice tiki hut, even if you're out there in a light shower, you're going to be dry.
Right.
And as they said, depending on the size of it, you can put fans in there so you can keep the air circulating, so you get rid of your the mosquitoes and things like that. You get you some ambiance, and you've got just a nice place there.
You could get an accordion player, a mandolin player.
You could get Right, and have that sit and serenade you. And it has nothing to do with flowers and plants. And I don't know if anybody's listening to this that knows this, but a friend, their grandson, he's playing drums a little bit. He's not too bad for a 9-year-old.
Oh, wow.
And he picked up an accordion the other day,
Oh, really?
as if, and started playing.
Oh, nice.
As if he knew how.
Wow. It's amazing.
So it's like, cool. I have to get you guys hooked up and see if so have him see somebody who knows how to play. But no, here, get out in the garden, get out in the yard, enjoy it. We are coming into the hot season. Do be careful out there if you're not out. It is, stay hydrated. Use your sunscreen. Get out early in the morning. Don't overdo it. The lawn will be there. You're going to mow it all summer long. So
Yeah.
don't overdo it. Get your mower blade sharpened here before the grass starts growing a whole lot, so that your mower will work better, more efficiently, which keeps you from having to do as much work. If you have azaleas in the landscape or other plants that are fall bloomers or winter bloomers, your fall bloomers, you should be done pruning anyway, but your early spring bloomers, some of your azaleas and things, if you need to shape those or cut them back to manage the size, get them done within this next month, because you don't want to prune after the 4th of July, because you'll cut off next year's bloom. If you need to cut anything back to size, this is a good time to do it. Get it, back under control. Try not to take any more than about a third of the size of the plant off at any one time. Being here with early June, get them pruned, get some fertilizer on them, maybe a little extra water till we start to get some rain, and you'll see a nice improvement to your landscape. And it only takes most plants about 6 to 8 weeks to begin to leaf back out and be filling back out and growing and blooming again if they're a blooming plant. If you have hibiscus are ones that everybody they really are great plants. I like them.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
About, is that, around those horses out there, is that
Right.
cypress?
The mulch, it's just colored mulch. It's probably
mulch.
pine.
Okay, now at the Cascades, did they use cypress there? I can't remember.
They might have been using cypress. It might have just been a dyed mulch as
Was that,
well.
am I
which
saying
is,
that right?
yeah,
Cypress?
Cypress mulch, yeah.
And is that the one that is insect repellent?
It is, but we try not to. Melaleuca is. Cypress mulch is one we try to discourage people from using, mostly because it's not a quick renewable resource like pine is.
Okay, what is the thing that they use in hamster cages? Was that cypress?
No, that's
Cedar.
Cedar.
Cedar is what I'm thinking
yeah,
of. Okay,
cedar,
so
yeah,
cedar.
Yeah,
I
you
used the
shouldn't
wrong word.
Yeah, but cypress is what's out there sold as a mulch. Cedar is usually sold as bedding chips. Something you might put in the dog bedding because it does help to repel
And are
fleas and other pests.
Okay, so those are natural
Right.
insect repellent?
Right. Or have somewhat of a repellency quality. But so does the Melaleuca mulch, so does eucalyptus.
Would that work with cockroaches?
They say the cedar oil is something that does, just it repels many a different pests. I'm not sure how much on the cockroaches.
Do you know what I've been trying lately that actually is working, I think?
What's that?
In, I guess it was in Walmart, I got this little tiny bottle that it says mix with 2 gallons. Now, you're going to be mad at me because I didn't follow instructions. I mixed it with 1 gallon.
And you can. Most of those are either 1 or 2
And it seems to have helped a lot with this
Yeah.
stupid roach thing I got
Yeah.
going on. I mean, a way lot. But you know what I don't like about it, though?
Smells.
No, I didn't
one?
smell it. It's just a lot of water. It seems like I'm spraying a lot of water.
Well, but that's the dilution. Everybody says, well, when I buy this gallon of stuff and it says that it is 0.0012%, well, that's because you got to have something that carries it, that it is that strong in its concentrated form. Because I know what you're talking about. It's a little, maybe a 2-ounce
Right, it is 2 ounces, as a matter of fact, yes.
And it can go into 1 gallon. Most of those can go in 1 to 2 gallons. And 2 gallon would be your more effectual rating.
You mean 1 gallon?
1 gallon, right.
Yeah.
That's 1 gallon. The 2 ounces into 1 gallon would be your more effectual rating or mixing ratio.
Sorry.
I guess we got a break.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I should have warned you that was coming. All right, we'll do that, and we'll be right back with Caroline.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, times of sun and clouds and becoming breezy. It can be a thunderstorm in spots, but most areas along the coast will stay dry today with highs of 86 on the coast to 92 inland. Partly cloudy tonight with a shower in spots late at night near the coast, the low 67 inland, 74 on the coast. For tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun. There can be a morning shower along the coast, the high 84 at the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Black cow, the mature manure black cow.
We often mention enriching your native soil with Black Cow when you prepare a flower bed or vegetable garden, or plant new shrubs and trees. Adding Black Cow helps retain moisture and adds millions of healthy microbes to your soil. Healthy soil means healthy plants, but you can also top dress with Black Cow composted cow manure even after planting. You can come back a month or two later and spread Black Cow on top of the soil around the root zone of a shrub or tree, or spread it evenly over a flower bed or rows of vegetables in your garden. Black Cow releases nutrients slowly. It won't burn tender roots because it's fully composted. Look for the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center. And visit the website too at blackcow, spelled with a K.com.
Black cow, the mature manure black cow.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for 1 day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Caroline Baldwin is here. We've got a good 12 minutes left for you to engage in conversation or ask questions of Caroline regarding your lawn, your garden, your insects.
Anything
which is kind of where we left off.
We were talking about that and doing the do-it-yourself kind of pest control things. And you were saying that there's a lot of wetness that ends up on the floor and things as you're spraying around. And I had made the suggestion either of possibly adjusting the spray to a finer mist where you're going along, and of course, put your pets in another room if you can. If you have the ability to put them outside while you're spraying, it's going to be better for them. And you could even put a fan on in order to dry that residue up, or like you did, you took some paper towel, just run across the floor and get rid of it. But your residual, once they're dry, they're going to be safe because it's not something that's going to have an attractant to your pets to want to go over in the corner and go lick the floor. I mean, all of us have crazy animals that do strange things, but normally going after pesticides is not one of them. Spraying inside the cabinets where you can close the cabinet doors afterwards, and like you said, spraying behind the stove and behind the refrigerator, where you can leave that residual, just the moisture just to dry on its own behind the hot water heater. Don't forget, when you're doing things like this, is go under, don't forget the bathroom. Many times those bug issues, bathrooms and kitchens are the biggest problems. It's not necessarily your bedrooms and living rooms that you have an issue, but the baseboards in all of those areas and underneath that bathroom sink, behind the toilet, along the edge of the tub, those window frames, in those areas are real important areas, and same in the kitchen, the window frame, all the baseboards under the sink, around your sliding glass door tracks, where things come in. There's a lot of stuff you can't prevent from coming in, and a lot of those things really don't want to be in the house. Most of them, they come in advantageously. They fly in when you come in bringing.
In my case, the dog's bowl is often like the target for them.
Oh yeah,
because no matter how much you clean it out, they can still find something in there.
There's still a greasy residual, or they're just going to check it out. They are accustomed to going and seeing what's in there. Right. Plus, we leave the water bowl there, and they'll go to those.
That's right
as well.
That's right too.
So there's not much. It's not like you can spray the dog's food bowl,
right.
But there are some paste type or bait type things that you might be able to put under the bowl that would not be available to your animal, but would be the attractant and a bait to eliminate the pests. It's just sometimes people have an ant issue, and with that you might even put the dog's bowl into another wider area and fill that with water.
And the bait is what again? Boric acid?
Some of them are boric acid based. There are imidacloprid where there's paste form ones or paste or a gel where you can squeeze some a little line of it or droplets in certain areas. If it were ants, those are boric acid usually based type things.
Well, I had a mouse. Did I tell you about my mouse?
Did you have a mouse?
My recent mouse?
No.
It's not the first time I've had a mouse, but I had a mouse.
Okay.
And so anyway, one day there was this little tiny, I'm trying to think how to describe the size of it. Smaller than a cotton ball.
Oh my goodness!
Little baby mouse, sitting next to my shoe. Well, I didn't want to kill. I know, I didn't want to kill it. So I took a spatula and I scooted it out the door.
That wasn't that little. I'd have probably grabbed him and put him out the door. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a picture on Facebook where this poor little scared little mouse was sitting in a pot at the store. I had unwrapped, took the paper off of it.
Oh no!
And here he's sitting, and I was like, oh, I got a little friend here. And
oh, you posted a picture of it? Yeah, you sure did.
I did. Yeah. Of him hiding in a palm tree in the top of the pot, and
the reason I was telling you about the mouse is because there was a full size mouse,
right?
And I put out a mouse trap,
right?
And I mean, it took no time at all. I put peanut butter in it, and the mouse,
bam, there you
gone.
go.
Okay, so I thought, wow, I wonder if there are any more. So I put the trap back down there again. The next morning, the trap is not sprung, but all of the peanut butter is completely gone. So I thought, wow, some mouse just licked it all up.
Managed to get it.
I did it again. It was all gone again. I'm convinced it's not a mouse. I'm convinced it's actually those roaches.
It could be.
Eating that peanut butter.
It could be. And you might even move the trap if it's been in one location, and you only have to move it a few feet. If there's another mouse, you may still get him. Just move it down a little bit. They kind of know that George died there or something.
But
you can't see it, but there's a little sign there.
George died there. But if I took the boric acid and I mixed it in with the peanut butter, since that seems to be what they like,
that would
They would what? Take it back to the nest?
They would consume that, and they would be they would probably share it with family and friends, and you could.
And that would be the end of them, huh?
Yeah. And there are some of them that get the one that's actually that labeled for it. So the
Is
one that's shaken in there.
that laundry detergent, is that the same as boric acid?
No.
Okay. I thought
boric acid is actually something you can buy medically that's used in eye washes.
Oh, okay.
But don't get it plain in your eyes because then you hurt yourself.
Ooh, yeah. All right, let's take a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes, good morning, Caroline.
Morning.
See, I've noticed this year I have a lot of ladybugs, especially around my shed. Are they beneficial, or are they just part of the food chain, more or less?
Oh, no, they're beneficial. Ladybugs eat aphids and mealybugs, and their larvae do the same thing. Their larvae actually look like little prehistoric creatures, but that most people, I think, get the wrong thing and they start killing them. But no, they'll eat aphids off your shrubbery, off your vegetable plants, anything like that. So some of the ones you're seeing might be an Asian lady beetle, but they will consume, they will eat the bad bugs, but it's those ones, the Asian ones that a lot of times we'll find in the wintertime will hatch out in the house, and people will have them all up and down the walls, where that's when you grab the dustbuster and just start vacuuming them off the walls.
Yeah. Well, did they live more than a year or so, or
no.
Hibernate like in the wintertime?
No, probably no. I think they really just have multiple life cycles. So they're born, they feed, they reproduce, and die off. Probably you're talking a couple months at a time, versus years and years.
Yeah. Did you ever, when I was growing up, did you ever hear if you kill a ladybug, it'll rain?
No, never heard of it, but watch out. People are going to be stomping on ladybugs.
I've got a feeling I might want to go out and get one of them right now because it's getting kind of dry out there.
Yeah.
Very dry,
one of those things. That or somebody can wash my car.
Right. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
By the way, just a side note, today is National Blueberry Cheesecake Day.
Oh.
Just in case
anyone wishes to indulge.
Needed a reason to enjoy
to a piece of cheesecake. I may have to hunt some of that up. Can't beat a good blueberry cheesecake. And Florida, we grow a lot of blueberries here. We really do. A lot of U-pick. You can get your fresh blueberries.
Where's your U-pick place?
There's U-pick places out in the forest.
Really?
Bellevue. There's several of them around. Because I know one year we went out and picked
wait a minute.
Didn't
there used to be one near the Shalom Park area? I thought.
There may have been. I'm not sure.
I feel like when I used to work over in Park Place, I think I saw a sign on that road.
Right. Yeah.
Was that 80th?
Yeah, that would be 80th over there. But yeah, take if you're interested in U-pick kind of places, give Extension a call. I think they probably have a list,
that'd be a great idea.
Or just look it up online. U-pick blueberries, Ocala area, Marion County area.
That's a great idea.
And they will show up on there, and it's a lot of fun. They're usually early in the morning. It's now June, so they might be almost finished.
Oh, really?
But worth a shot. There may still be a couple that are open for another couple weeks or something.
Wow.
But yeah, just you can do your
So we
search.
could grow our own blueberries?
We can grow blueberries. They do have special requirements that your soil pH has to be really low. Unlike most plants where you're going a little bit on the acid side, but more of a common level on the pH. But your blueberries are extremely low. I've grown them in containers to where I can control that pH a lot better, and that's usually the way.
By the way, you notice Robin repotted the plant that you repotted.
Yeah, I had repotted. So boy, this thing's been really taken care of over the last couple of years.
Well, because it's no longer in my control.
That's right.
That's the improvement.
That's it.
When it was under my control.
No longer getting watered with coffee.
Head gnats. That's right. Well, I don't know.
It may still get a cup of coffee.
Just not getting it from me.
Right.
I'm not even getting watered by coffee anymore.
There you go.
Well, my goodness. So, are you working in any gardens right now?
You mean today? Am I working
in your own yard? Yeah.
Always do stuff.
I mean, vegetables. You doing
vegetables? The area I work at the extension office, I've had a little issue with mine, so I'm actually getting ready to do some solarization, probably either this month or next month. So I'm just letting things kind of piddle on through. I'm going to get lots of amendment into it and get it all ready for a fall planting, cover it up with some visqueen and let it cook. see if I can take care of some of those issues.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Carolyn, thank you. I love this hour each week. Thank you for coming in and doing this.
Well, thank you, Larry.
And also thank your sponsors.
Thank you to P&P Tiki's, Black Cow Manure, the Mature Manure, and Baldwin's Community Gardens and Nursery.
Very good. Yeah, thank you for sponsoring this show. And Carolyn, thank you for doing the show.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 13